the NBA, who would it be? Westbrook did not get a single vote. In a guard-driven league, he wasn't one of the 10 players who was voted best passer. But it's Westbrook. Oh my God, Westbrook is great leader. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna look up the categories real quick. No, he didn't get one vote. Would you start your franchise with him? Best leader, he didn't get one vote. By the way, Chris Paul, everybody hates him, got 27% of the votes for best leader. Westbrook, everybody loves him on Twitter, didn't get a single vote for best leader. Oh, here he goes. He won fastest with the ball. Do they have a category fastest to exit the playoffs? Because he would have won that one too. Okay. Again, it's amazing. It's amazing when GMs can be honest. Everybody on Twitter loves Westbrook. Best passer, not a vote. Best leader, not a vote. Start your franchise, not a vote. Joel Embiid, start a franchise. Joel Embiid has missed more games than he's played. Got votes anonymously from GM. Start your franchise. Westbrook, not one. Passer, one. Leader, not one. Hey, but he's the fastest guy. That's like quarterback who can throw it the farthest on his knees. He's the fastest guy. Congratulations on. I mean, he's a road runner. Never forget the road runner. Road runner. He's flying around there a million miles an hour. Nobody could keep up with road runner, but road runner. Beep beep. Road runner. Nick Wright in 5 minutes will be furious at me. Can I say this? I know Bill Polian. Bill Polian's a Hall of Fame executive. He built those great Bills teams. He built the Peyton Manning teams. He is not charitable with his praise on players. He's brutally honest. He gets a lot of pushback because he's not a suck up. He'll tell you what he thinks, and he was the only analyst at ESPN who didn't say Lamar Jackson's amazing. He's like, Lamar Jackson's not ready to play. Got a lot of pushback at ESPN. He's as honest as they get, but he's not overly charitable. And this is what he said about Patrick Mahomes. I've never heard him talk like this. Here you go.
This is going to sound like hyperbole, but it's what I believe based on what I saw last night. The arm and release of Marino, the escape ability and the field vision of Aaron Rodgers, the accuracy of Aaron Rodgers and Marino, and the inventiveness of Favre. So you're talking rare company there.
Okay. Marino, Favre, Aaron Rodgers, the three names he used. Now I know what you're saying. Woo! Woo! That is some company. Marino, Favre, and Aaron Rodgers. And you know what I thought? 51 combined years, 2 Super Bowl wins. Talent, especially when it's initially compared to godlike legends, doesn't pay off. Marino walked into this league. He was a god. Aaron walked into this league. He was a god. Favre walked into this league. He was John Madden's favorite player ever. By the way, Tom Brady doubted day one. Drew Brees doubted day one. Terry Bradshaw struggles early. Troy Aikman 1-15 out of the chute. Drew Brees doubted. He's going to break virtually all the passing records if he plays 3 more years. Joe Montana doubted initially. Patrick Mahomes 4-0. Compared to Aaron Rodgers, Marino, and Brett Favre. This is what I said about the Whitney Houston, Tiger Woods, and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was like 9-0. Greatest fighter of all time. Whitney Houston. First album, greatest singer of all time. Tiger Woods, 11 years old. Signed by an agent. Going to be the next Jack. When you go from, when you have no bumps and no pushback, and you are treated like a god, your first day out, that criticism, that struggle is necessary to create greatness. I mean, this guy, how many road games has he played? Has he ever played in snow yet? Has he ever played with an injury? Has he been sacked really hard by, like Khalil Mack or, I mean, I don't know. I like him a lot. I really do. But we have a precedent. The struggle is necessary. And Marino, Favre, and Rodgers, in my lifetime, came out and were like gods. Whitney Houston, Tyson, Tiger came out. They were just gods. Already better than Jack. Going to blow out Jack's records. Tyson's better than Ali. So, Ali had to go to Zaire. Ali got his jaw broken. Ali lost to Frazier. That's what made Ali. The struggle was real. So when I hear those names and I hear these comparisons, I'm like, wow. But Marino, Rogers, Favre, 51 combined years, 2 Super Bowls. Bradshaw's got 4. Brady's got 5. Montana's got 4. Aikman's got 3. All those guys. Dumped on, crapped on, doubted. All of them. Drew Brees is going to break every record if he plays 3-4 more years. All of them. Doubted, critics, crushed, dumped, broken. Just saying. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Herd on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
So, Tom Brady's 2 favorite weapons are back. The last time he had both Gronk and Julian Edelman on the field with him for a non-preseason game was November 27th, 2016. So it's a stretch of 31 games, almost 2 football seasons. And based off of Brady's latest Instagram post this morning, I'd say he's pretty fired up.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
He loves him some Edelman, huh? This is exciting news for Patriots fans, though.
Well, the best thing, Joy, is when you get your number 1 back, like in baseball, then it allows everybody else to move down a slot. So if you've got Edelman's now your 1, and then Gronk's your 1A, now I don't need as much from Philip Dorsett and Josh Gordon and Cordarrelle Patterson. And so I've got my 2, and I got James White. So now you're going to see everybody, all those guys who I don't trust, I don't need them as much. All I need is 1 nice catch from Philip Dorsett a game, 1 or 2 catches from Josh Gordon. I don't need Josh Gordon to have 9 targets anymore. He can have 2.
That's if Gronk is 100%, because even though he's playing, he does have a messed up ankle, and Julian Edelman hasn't played in a long time. But either way, Brady is excited about it because he was quite indifferent about the situation leading up into this week. So he's glad to have his number 1 guy back. So the Cowboys aren't traveling very far this week to face off the Texans Sunday night. Dallas has been struggling offensively all season. And it seems that J.J. Watt might have taken a little shot at Dak Prescott this week. Let's take a listen.
Anytime a quarterback has that ability to move and to be effective in the running game, it creates challenges. So you have to make sure that you're sound in your assignments. You have to execute. And everybody has to do their job because, I mean, they basically have 2 good running backs back there. I mean, they have Dak and they have Ezekiel. So you can give it, you can keep it. You just got to make sure you're smart.
Whatever happened to J.J. Watt?
Well, he's injured a lot.
I mean, Greg, you're from Houston. I never hear from him.
Colin, he just won AFC Defensive Player of the Month.
Oh, he
had
did?
5 sacks, tied with Khalil Mack. Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, so he's actually having a good year.
Okay.
It's just that the Texans are not good, so.
Yeah. He was in the news. You know what it is Khalil Mack now. We don't talk about defense much. If we do, all we do is talk about Khalil Mack. So it's like everybody that plays real good defense, Von Miller, J.J. Watt, we just don't talk about it anymore.
Unless they complain about getting
Clay Matthews. Yeah.
I don't think he meant to take a shot at Dak with that.
Not really. It is a little bit like that's the reality of that. That's who Dallas is. They're a running team.
But he called Dak a running back.
Yeah.
So they basically said he has no fear of him throwing down the field.
Yeah.
All right, finally, someone who does strike fear about throwing down the field is Patrick Mahomes. He's taking the league by storm. We were just talking about him. Following another yet impressive outing, he is now the runaway favorite to win the MVP, according to Bet Online. 2-1 odds, followed by Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees. Brady has the 6th best odds.
Look at this. This Patrick Mahomes plays in one of the coldest cities in the NFL. He's never played during a snowflake. We've already got him as Dan Marino. Can we slow down a little? And I like the kid a lot. I went to this. He's the most entertaining quarterback right now in the league to watch. I love that part of him. But
he's also winning.
Last year at this time, Alex Smith was 5-0 and was the leading MVP.
Okay, what you're saying is factual. But did you feel the way that you feel about the Chiefs right now with Alex Smith at 4-0?
No. I like Patrick Mahomes. I had him on the show. I think he's a great kid. Holy moly, we got to slow down. Andy Reid's teams start quickly. Andy's a play designer. He comes in with a bunch of new tricks every year, and everybody's reeling. Andy's teams crush in September. Belichick's teams don't crush. Belichick tends to be experimental early, tricks late. Andy tends to be tricks early, struggles more late. That's the brand.
The only thing that worries me about the Chiefs is their defense.
It's bad.
But if the offense can keep scoring the way that they are,
They'll
they
be
just
entertaining.
have to run into somebody who can score more points than them, which will eventually happen in the playoffs. But I don't see this falling apart. Not the way that they're playing right now. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying Alex Smith is not. It does not have the same feel that it like.
Yeah.
If you're Alex Smith 4-0 last year, you're like, okay, Chiefs are 4-0, like, nah, but it's Alex Smith. Like it's gonna even out. I don't feel that way about the Chiefs right now.
No,
I'm a believer.
I'm not as big a believer as everybody else. And with that, Joy Taylor with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd
I bring in
Line
somebody
News.
who for